Yo, people, it's your boy Major, and as always, I'm with my brother Ace, and welcome back to another episode of Two Up Front. Ace, what you telling me, bro?
It's a beautiful day, bro. It's a beautiful day. I've been looking forward to this stream since the weekend. So should be a good episode, man. Can't wait to get into it. But I'm doing well. Can't complain.
Hear you, bro. I hear you. And yeah, man, there's a lot to talk about.
How are you then?
Yeah, bro. Nah, you know how it goes, bro. Blessed and highly favored. But yeah, man, obviously, as regards to my team,
We'll
get into it. We'll get into it. Do you get me? But bro, I think there's only one place to start. And obviously, I seem to remember on the last stream, you asked a question as regards to, is this really the game of the weekend? I think you got your answer. Do you get me? Because I think many people say that, yeah, it was. And there's been a lot of fallout and discussion since the game has ended as well. So there's a lot to talk about, bro. But yeah, we both predicted Arsenal wins. I think we spoke about, just the different aspects of the game. I know I spoke about Manchester City and how even though they did beat Chelsea, I wasn't convinced. And I looked at them and I said, yeah, man, like that midfield defensively, there's a lot of things there, which if I was a City fan, I'll be extremely worried about. And yeah, they should have been extremely worried about it. And yeah, bro, obviously the final result was Arsenal 5, Manchester City 1. And you know what? I'm going to give the floor to you because I know that must have felt sweet. So yeah, bro, what were you telling me? What are your thoughts on the game?
It was actually beautiful, man. Because like you said, going into the match, like seeing what City have produced recently, if it wasn't my team that was playing them, I would have said Arsenal should beat them. From the outside. But I think because of the nerves of being an Arsenal fan and what was at stake and knowing that, Liverpool win, we don't win this game, it's a big issue for us. But man, what we actually witnessed on the day, I could not believe it. Because I think City have been bad, but when you see it in 4K, when you have front row seats to how bad they are, I was like, wow, this City team have fallen off a cliff. The first goal, I couldn't believe the mistake, the shambles. The shambles that led to that first goal, I said, see, this is not the same team that was destroying everyone. Understand? Scoring 5, 6, 7, just burying every team. Understand? From top to bottom of the league, bro. They're dealing with everyone. So it really does show that if you don't continue to fix up the team at the right times, and it does catch up with you. And that's what I think we saw in this game. Because I couldn't believe that we were able to deal with City so comfortably. Like, I think there were moments in the game where, like, it's kind of like when we kind of had confidence when we were on them, like, they were under pressure. But in those moments when we also allowed them to kind of get into the game a bit more, we started to sit back and do the Arsenal thing. But all in all, man, it was a beautiful scoreline. Like, because I was saying it, we owe City, man. Like, again, in the grand scheme of things, there's one game, understand, they can do the whole, they won everything, it's cool. But this weekend, it was beautiful to be an Arsenal fan, man. I was very, very happy. I was very proud of the boys, man, because, it's very easy when Arsenal lose or when Arsenal aren't great to, understand, everyone has something to say. So when Arsenal are good too, I hope everyone also gives Arsenal the credit because, it was a comprehensive destruction of City in this game. Because, we didn't make the mistake that Chelsea made when that the opportunity was there to deal with City and we just allowed them to kind of get their way regardless of how good they've been recently. Because everyone has been collecting, bro. So I'm happy that my team collected as well. So that was my kind of raw thoughts before we get into it a bit more. But what were you saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say even we collected, bro.
Bro, everyone is collecting.
That's what you know.
Everyone is collecting. Spurs gave them 4. Everyone is collecting, bro. Yeah, everybody. So
I think obviously Arsenal thoroughly deserve to win the game. Like you said at the beginning of the game, again, like some of the mistakes that you were looking at, it was so bad. And Odegaard scored, but Havertz should have scored as well. It should have been 2-0 with that. That was a really
bro.
bad
at that moment, that's when I was actually worried because, like the Chelsea game, the mistake I didn't want Arsenal to make is that if you don't get that second goal and you leave a team like City in the game, it can come back to punish you. So that's why that Havertz miss, I said, oh man, you may have cost us. You may have cost us dearly here. But yeah, well, we'll get into it. But yeah, no, the Havertz miss was shocking. I couldn't, I don't even believe in this guy in front of goal like that anymore. So when it came to him, I said, it needs to go in the back of the net if I believe this is a goal, because you could just see that he just does not believe in himself in that position. Like, it was so bad. Yeah, it was so bad.
What do you make of the Odegaard goal as regards to? There's been some discussions where some people are of the opinion of that. Some people are of the opinion that Havertz, he just didn't want it. Like, so he wasn't trying to just necessarily just make the best play. It was a thing out of fear. Like, where do you sit? Like, do you think, you know what? Like, it just made sense for him to pass to Odegaard? Or do you think that he didn't want it? Like, it was a confidence issue as well?
You know what it is, yeah? I think this is where two things can be true at the same time. Because I think because of the confidence issue is why he knew that the best decision was to pass. Does that make sense? Like, it's like he definitely didn't want it, but based on everything that he's produced and showed me recently, that was the right choice. It was like, because if he had shot that chance now, probably doesn't go in. So I think it's a bit of both. Where he definitely wasn't confident, but he probably assessed that. You know, when you have self-awareness and you assess that I'm not gonna put this in, so let me just make sure my team gets to go here. So I have to still give him credit for making the right choice, kind of thing.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of my take on it.
I hear you. But yeah, I think afterwards, Haaland gets the goal back. That was a great header. And then you're looking at it, and that header was crazy. Bro, great header.
Even before that as well, like earlier, I think this was also a game where all the experts, all the fans, everyone that had so much to say about David Raya when we brought him in for Ramsdale, bro. Like, I think they've had to eat humble pie, because this guy's been amazing. See the save he made from their corner, the Mamouche corner, and then the header. That save, that's when it was 1-0. Again, different game if that goes in. So again, the saves that he's pulled off this season in key moments in the match, like, I don't think we speak about it enough. I think this is also a game where you look at both keepers and you say, probably Raya, if he doesn't make a couple of saves, it's different. Whereas San Ortega on the other side, maybe or something, the first goal wasn't his fault, but maybe there's other saves as we'll get into that maybe could have done better in. But so Raya, I just have to give him a very quick shout out, because that save was ridiculous, and it was what kept us 1-0. And felt like longer into the game. But yeah, sorry, bro. As you were saying.
Yeah. And I think obviously when Haaland scored, it was one of them ones where you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh, like, are Arsenal gonna regret not being able to capitalize sooner? But you hit back straight away, and then from there it was just boom. Yeah, just boom, boom. And what I liked about it as well, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be encouraged by the fact that it looked like you didn't want it just to end at 3-1. Like, it looked like it looked like
Major.
Want to,
I was saying it. What they have done to us over the years, I said, don't stop, keep going. I'll give Pep out too, because I think there's been times when they've been like 3-0 up and Pep has just said it's half time, allow them. So you know what, this wasn't against Pep, but for what City as an institution have done to us in the last 10 years, the scorelines they've given to us, it was only right that these guys kept going and they stood in their neck. So I loved it as well. I loved it. We needed that, because they have thoroughly embarrassed us over the years. I will say that.
So overall, I think it was definitely a deserved victory for Arsenal. I think some of the performances as well. I think Rice had a really good game again. Really nice switch to, hey man, I'm gonna talk about the young G's in a second. Let me even leave them.
Please.
They're separate conversation. They're separate conversation. We'll put it. We'll title it the young G section. We'll just put that to the side for now. So I'm not even gonna mention them yet. But I think Rice, that was he had a good game. I think he's just such an engine. And man, I think I previously spoke about it as well, where I thought that there was times where Arsenal, was it against Villa? I think, where it was 2-2. And I think, I think I spoke about Rice in that game, and I said when it was 2-2, he looked like someone who was not trying to lose this game. He looked like one of the Arsenal players where it's like, bro, do you know what's going on here? Do you get me? Do you guys understand the context of the situation? We can't just be dropping points like this. And he looked like he's looking like someone that's willing to stand up, when you're in times of adversity as well. So I think that was a good performance. I think Gabriel, I think again, like, you know, there's been so many conversations regarding Gabriel and Saliba. This not just this season, but their partnership overall. And yeah, I think Gabriel, like, take away even the set pieces. Obviously, I know there's a lot of discussions regarding his him being a set piece threat, and of course he is. But I just think generally, yeah, man, like the consistency that he's showing is top level. And yeah, I think he's mastered how to have, or he's gotten much better at being able to have that kind of fire within him, but not taking it too far. So his temperament is like right on there, where he's not lost his edge. Like, because there's certain players where we've always spoke about them, and they're like, you know what? If you lose your edge, you're not going to be the same player. Like, so you need to keep your edge, because that's a part of you, it's a part of your character. So we want you to keep your edge, but it can't be boiling over where you're just doing dumbness. Like, do you get me? And I remember we used to speak about Rooney like that. We used to say Rooney can't lose his edge, bro. Like, if Rooney loses his edge, then it's not the same Rooney. Like, do you get me? We need Rooney to be fiery, but also Rooney, don't do nothing dumb, please, Wayne. Like, do you get me? We need you on the right side of it. Like, yeah. And I think there's certain players like that where it's like you need those type of characters for your team, but also we need you to not be costing us because you're moving erratic. Like, do you get me? So it's like, yeah, like you can be passionate, you can be on the front foot, but we also need you to show a level of composure, and you need to have the right temperament. And I think with Gabriel, I think he's gotten to a good place when it comes to being passionate, being a leader, being aggressive, but also having a much better temperament, and not just diving in and being reckless. So yeah, I think him as well. And then yeah, generally speaking as well, like Trossard as well. I think Trossard was having a good game.
have to give him
I think Trossard was showing feet as well, bro.
Them.
Like,
he was bullying them. The last couple of games, he was bullying his wing. Yeah, he was bullying them.
I said, bro, I swear Trossard has feet like this. Like, do you get me? He was showing them feet. So yeah, I think he was, and I've always said it. I think when we talk about Arsenal needing to reinforce their attack, and when we talk about Arsenal needing to make additions into their attacking lineup, Trossard, in my opinion, shouldn't be coming in for much criticism at all. Do you get me? I think Trossard is doing what Trossard was supposed to do. Do you get me? I think Trossard has been a very good buy. I think he's someone that is supposed to come in and out of the team. He's not supposed to be a guaranteed starter every week. He's someone that, should come off the bench. Do you get me? But then on the odd occasion, he should start matches. And I think, overall, his impact has been great. Like, so he's not one of the players that you're looking at thinking, you know what? Like, get rid of him. Like, do you get me? We need an upgrade. I think Trossard is doing what Trossard was supposed to do. I think where a lot of maybe people get critical is when, and again, it's not Trossard's fault, is when it's like, you know what? Sometimes there's a thing in football where it's like, when someone does what they're supposed to do, instead of addressing the problem that was there before, you now think that, we found a solution. Do you get me? Whereas it's like, no, that wasn't the solution. That person is doing what he's supposed to do. Leave him to do and fulfill his role. We still need the solution here. Do you get me? And I feel like sometimes as well, like people are always trying to find little outs. Like, like, look how good. And it's like, but he shouldn't also be the person that you're relying on there. So I think with Trossard has done his job. And I think he's been a really good signing for Arsenal. So overall, man, very, 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 very good win. But bro, I think it's time to talk about the young G's.
Hey, man.
Time to talk about the young G's.
It's time to
talk about the young G's.
My star boys. I don't remember the last time we've had two of them come through at the same time like this. It's actually so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful to have one defender. Like, as a left back too, it's like, again, obviously Saka came through, but as an actual like defensively minded player who's also studied like that, it's been a while since we've had a player come through the academy like that. Probably Probably the last defender that's probably come through and stayed as a defender probably would be like Bellerin maybe, and even him, he came from Barca, so he doesn't really count like that. So, but yeah, man, Skelly, he's amazing, man. Like I watch him play, I'm just like, this guy, the strength he shows at his age, at 18, him holding up people like Haaland, bouncing off experienced, grown, strong attackers. Like it's ridiculous what he's actually doing at his age already. Like defensively, compared to what Zinchenko's been showing us over the years, he's already looking much more solid than him. So I have to give him a lot of credit. And then going forward as well, man, his engine, the way this guy will pick up the ball, drive through midfield, pick out key passes. I can't. I'll let you talk about him as well before we get into the other star boy. But yeah, Skelly, he's been amazing so far this season. I have to give him so much credit for what he's managed to produce in his first season in the Premier League. Like it's crazy. But yeah, bro, what do you think about him?
I was firstly gonna say, to have two academy, it's always nice when you've got academy players coming through into your team. Like I think naturally fans, they tend to have like a little bit more of attachment to academy players because obviously they've been with the club, etc. And a lot of the time, academy players, they're players that should know what it means to play for your team. Like having the two of them, like I know, like in a similar fashion, I think that's why a lot of Arsenal fans, they were kind of disappointed with how everything ended with Smith Rowe. And the injury and not being able to get back in the team, because I know like Saka and Smith Rowe, that was another like two of them. So when you mentioned the two, I thought of Saka and Smith Rowe, like because I think a lot of the time people forget like Smith Rowe, like that breakout season, like I think he got double digit Prem goals.
He did
in that season, bro. He was doing well, like he was doing really well. Like so, him and Saka, they had. I know Arsenal fans had the whole song about them too as well. And then obviously, I think it turned out how it turned out, and obviously, he's gone to Fulham now. But it's really nice to see. It's always nice to see academy players come through, especially when you're thinking, you know what, like there's people out here who are like spending silly money on this player and that player, and this has just come through the system.
We spent 45 mil on Calafiori. He's gonna struggle to get back into that team, bro. He's gonna struggle to get back into that team. But
it's crazy. But Lewis Skelly, he's an absolute baller, like absolute baller. I think, man, as well. I don't like it. Like, it's similar to Saka. Like, it's annoying that I like Saka. Do you get me? Because I don't like your team. Do you get me? But I've always liked Saka. And this Lewis Skelly kid, like I'm really liking him. Not just even how he plays. I will get into some of the stuff regarding the celebration and everything, all the discussions about that. But I like the bravado. I like the confidence. Do you get me? I like all of that. Do you get me? I like it. Like all of that. I like it. So and it's interesting as well because like you said, I think I spoke about it, but the way he dealt with Morgan Rogers was brilliant because Morgan Rogers, again, he's someone that loves inviting contact and people tend to just bounce off him, and he's such a great ball carrier, and he's shown a lot of he's shown his ability when it comes to that this season, specifically when it comes to him just getting the ball and carrying it. And a lot of the time, we saw how he was handling Rice and Partey. Do you get me? In that first game. And Lewis Skelly, he stood up to the task. And I think in this game as well, man, like he definitely stood up to the task. Like for someone who's 18 to be able to be that physically imposing, it's brilliant. And it's interesting when you spoke about, like having a defender being able to come through the academy, because it's been a while since you've had someone like that. And the interesting thing is he even going to stay as a defender? Because you get me? That's even going to be an interesting.
That's the big discussion.
By the way, he's done great at fullback. But it'll be interesting to see where his future lies, because he looks like someone who easily could be a midfielder. He easily could be an 8.
Bro, I think even his goal even shows that as well.
Yeah, he easily could be an 8. He's so comfortable. Like he's so comfortable in those areas. And when it comes to ball carrying as well, like super composed, he's strong. He looks like a really good player. And you're looking at it and you're thinking 18, crazy. Like 18 is absolutely crazy. And the other young G, I was looking at him and I was just like, you know what? For me, this is like with Ethan, I'm looking at it and I'm like, bro, this is why you should have been playing. Do you get me? Like when I was saying it earlier, I was just like, bro, let the ballers ball, man. Like I don't know. Like I was looking at him, I was just like, bro, you've been ready. Like you, even when he came on.
But you know, one thing I will say though, I don't think he's not Odegaard replacement in my eyes. I think that's one thing I'm seeing more too. I think he needs to go on that right wing right now, where he is currently. When I've seen him play anyway. But go on, continue. That's my thoughts anyway. My opinion of him so far.
Me personally, I think that when Odegaard was out, I think one, like he definitely could have played more regardless. Like, do you get me? Like you could have definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
And two, I think it's even if you think that he's favored more to play in that right wing, I still definitely think that he could have played more centrally as well. I think he's got the ability to play more centrally. When I look at him, I think like when you look at a lot of his attributes, I think he definitely has the ability to play centrally. Not to say that he's not been shining on the right, but I think he's got the ability to play centrally. And it'll be interesting to see when Saka comes back.
Yeah, that's what I
Arteta is trying to do. Because with me, I think that you can fit both of them in. Like, do you get me? And not to say that you're gonna do it straight away, and do you get me? But I look at it and I'm like, yeah, like I feel like again, we'll see what Arteta does, but I feel like he doesn't need to play on the right. I think he's done very well on the right, and when he's played on the right, he can. But also, he looks like, and even with Odegaard as well, Odegaard look like, again, he can play 10, but I think he's more of an 8. Like, so I think it's gonna be interesting to see how Arteta decides to set up this Arsenal midfield. And obviously there's all these links with Zubimendi as well, and we'll see what happens there. There's Rice, so we'll see how he's trying to play it. But yeah, just generally speaking, with me again, like I remain with the position that when Odegaard was out, this guy should have been playing more. Like when you're looking for someone to be creative, bro, you've got a man coming onto the pitch against Man City, and he's a 17-year-old boy, and he's telling the rest of his team, bro, pass me the ball. He was asking for that ball for how long, bro? Putting his hand out. It's like, bro, don't you lot know what I'm on? Like you lot are just doing all the ole, bro. I'm trying to rap something. Bro. Rice said, let's see what you're on. Switches it. Boom, quickly, and then man does the little shoulder shrug with the arms out as well.
Bro, I miss Saka so much.
He said,
man.
I told you.
I miss Saka so much.
He said, I told you. He said, you lot didn't believe me. You lot didn't believe me. Like, bro, nah, man. Like, especially at that time when you were looking at, you were just lacking so much creativity, and you were lacking someone who can unlock a defense. Nah, man. He should have been playing. Like I maintain that.
I think that's my thing though. Like again, like I'm not even like, I rate him so highly. So I'm not even trying to say that what I'm saying is me not rating him, because everything you say I completely agree. But I don't know if what I see from him is creativity. Like I don't know, like it's like the goals, but creativity to me is someone who creates chances as well. Like I don't know if he has that.
There's different aspects. Like, there's different aspects to creativity, but one, like I think, he definitely. Again, we've maybe not seen it as much as regards to the passing, but we definitely seen him be creative. I've watched him.
But again, like I think my thing is like I see him more in that position more than in midfield. But again, we'll see. Like, I could be wrong on that, but I think I just look at him and I just don't really see him as a central midfielder right now. But
what, you don't think he can play 10?
I just don't think that's his position. Like I think for him to really prosper, I think it's on that right. Is my initial opinions of him.
If that's gonna be the case, then you're gonna have a problem. Because
we'll see that again. This is why Arteta needs to figure it out.
Yeah, because then there's Saka, and Saka's 23. He's not going nowhere. Like, do you get me?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Like that's it will be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, with me, I'm not putting him as a lock for the right wing. Like I think he's capable of playing like outside of that position as well. I think he's done very good on the right, and I like him on the right a lot. But also, like I think he can play centrally as well from what I've seen of him. But he's like again, I just looked at it and I was like, when he scored the goal, I was just like, I've been knew you're a baller. Like, so I've been
he did that finish early in the chance as well. Like he has that finish on him now, and I think that thing is so dangerous when players know that you can cut in and you can put into the corner like that. then they start being scared of what you're gonna do when you cut in, and then that makes the overlapping fullback even more powerful as well. That's what Saka mastered. They said, "Cool, I can go inside, I can go outside. Which one do you want? Which one do you want? You can follow me in, and then now Ben White's in the overlap, or you can let me cut in, and it's long to be either way." So yeah, he's definitely looking ridiculous, man. So yeah, him and Lewis Skelly coming through it's a beautiful thing, man. It's actually a beautiful thing. We've needed this, especially with us trying to be stingy with attacking players. Then boy, you need a generational one like this to come through and at least soften the blow a little bit, because it's crazy right now, man.
It's nice, but it's gonna be, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Arteta does as regards to his positioning. And it'll be interesting to see what other Arsenal fans think as well as regards to like where you think his future lies. What positions do you think he can play as well? Because clearly a very talented footballer, and I think from what I've seen as well, them two have been together like from early in the youth teams. Like I think I saw something from like when they were 6. Like, do you get me, or something like that? So
I saw a picture of them when they're like
the kids. Like,
apparently, I didn't even know until as Arteta in his recent press conference was talking about how. Like, apparently, I didn't even know Skelly apparently is not allowed in the proper changing room.
Ethan,
which is crazy. Ethan.
Ethan. I think it's because he's 17.
I know, but I never knew that. So that was funny.
So man,
Skelly has to keep him company. So fair play, man. Like their relationship is clearly very. I mean, I think what makes me laugh about them too is how different they are. Because like with Nwaneri, you can just tell he's such a quiet, calm, chill guy. And then with Skelly, like you said earlier, you could just tell that he's so confident. Like he's so like the bravado is crazy already. So that their personalities are also opposites.
I think Ethan's also confident as well. Like, but I think his confidence it just translates differently. Like I think Ethan's thing is like again, to be a 17-year-old kid and you've got your arms out. Like, do you get me? Telling your senior members, bruv, swing me the ball, swing me. And then for you to just wrap it so calmly, and then afterwards you just do the, hey man, that's with me, that's confidence. Do you get me? That's just like, hey man, what can I say, man? Like, do you get me? Like, man, hey man, you know what I'm on. We move another day, another dollar. Do you get me? So I think it just translates differently. But I think both of them, like, and bro. Okay, let me get onto this, bro. Some of the media coverage regarding this Lewis Skelly celebration, bro. Oh,
is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about that? Is it?
Bro, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like when I'm watching it, when I'm seeing some of these takes, I'm thinking, what on earth is happening to the game I love? What on earth,
bro? Did you see what the Premier League? You see what the Premier League came out with today,
bro?
Bro,
I'll get onto that. I'll get onto that. But bro, I'm thinking, what on earth is going on? And man, like, do you get me? I don't like Arsenal. I don't like Arsenal as much as the next guy, bro. Like, do you get me? Yeah, your fans are annoying, all of that. But I was looking at it and I was thinking, this is ridiculous, bro. You've got, and especially how even a lot of the narrative has been being painted when it's just like, 18-year-old kid. Like, do you get me? Instead of just being quiet and
being humble,
moving on with their business. Getting on with your business is like you want to. I was like, bro, has everyone forgotten what happened? Let me tell you what happened, bro. In the first game, game, Haaland bounced the ball off of the back of Gabriel's head. He told Lewis Skelly, who the F are you? And then he went to the Arsenal manager and tapped him and said, stay humble. After Arteta had gone to shake his hand.
Wait, so, brother, can I please, Your Honor, can I please bring something to the table as well? And I just want to add to that. This was after a 2-2 draw in the last minute, because I think the other thing that's really annoyed me is the people that are 4D chessing it now to say this is what he really meant. You Arsenal fans getting happy. This is what he really meant. Like, it's like, what are you talking about?
No,
Like, sorry, just want to bring that to the table as well.
I'll quickly even address that, bro. Again,
okay,
Arsenal fans. There's so much to talk about here. I think Arsenal fans, again, they can be annoying, they can be arrogant. You've heard me like go on my rants about Arsenal fans. Do you get me? But you know when people are saying this is what Haaland meant, Haaland didn't say stay humble to the Arsenal fan Twitter pages. He didn't say humble. He didn't say stay humble to AFTV. He said stay humble to Arteta, bro. What he said it to Arteta. So when everyone's saying, oh, you know what? Like when everyone's using the actions of a next fan to justify Haaland, Haaland said it to Arteta. He didn't even say it to another player. He said it to the manager. He said it to the manager. So I think that's one. Like, do you get me? That's one thing. I think the other thing is, yeah, you look at what happened in the first game. Haaland bounced the ball off the back of Gabriel's head. Haaland went to the Arsenal manager, Arteta, and told him to stay humble. Haaland told Lewis Skelly, spoke to Lewis Skelly and said, who the F are you? Haaland did all of those things. And by the way, yeah, I actually think Haaland in this whole thing, that's the funny thing. I think Haaland,
bro, this is why
I can't speak for him, but Haaland looks fine, bro. He looks like he loves it. Like, do you get me? He looks like I'm gonna do this old Campbell voice. He looks like he loves it. Like, do you get me? So when I'm watching, bro, I'm like, Haaland doesn't look like he's got a problem with any of this. Like he looks fine. Like even when he scored, you see him do the smile. Like, do you get me?
Bro, even like, on that, bro. You know what made me with the goal as well? Again, he did the smile. This is what I'm trying to say. Haaland isn't a problem here. It's the commentary around it. It's the fact that, like you've listed out so nicely, that Haaland has done all of these acts. But then it's when Lewis Skelly or it's when Arsenal players react is now. Oh, I saw Haaland scored. Gary Neville was like, oh no, he's gone the wrong way. He should be going for Gabriel. Gabriel lost in Haaland's face after Arsenal scored. I don't like that. There's something about that. I don't like. It's like again. It's like why is there such a different narrative? Why is such a different narrative?
Weird. With Gary Neville as well, that was such a weird thing for him to say as well. Just especially because it's like you were when you were battling it out with Arsenal before, when it was Wenger, Fergie, like, do you get me? When it was Liverpool and you're going to the Liverpool fans and you're kissing the badge in front of them, like, you know how it gets. Like, do you get me? You know where it is. So it was, a lot of that rhetoric has been annoying. But yeah, I think just simply what I really don't like is that, again, Haaland, like I said, bounced the ball off Gabriel's head, went to Arteta and told him to stay humble, said who the F are you to Lewis Skelly. And when Lewis Skelly, again, he didn't push Haaland, he didn't try and injure him with a dangerous tackle. He got his head down after that game when Haaland said, who the F are you? He got his head down, he worked hard, he's got into the Arsenal team and he scored against Manchester City and he done Haaland's celebration, bro. Do you get me? What is wrong with that response? What on earth is wrong with that response? He's not trying to hurt no one. He's not trying to.
Oh no, bro! Did you not see?
This is top level sports, bro. This is sports. Like, we've always had this. Not even just the football thing. Across top level sports, we want characters. We want entertainment. We want narratives. Like, why are people trying to down? No, bro. I looked at
Major, you know the thing that was so funny to me, yeah. I think it was, I can't remember what player was it. Tielemans that was doing that had the cam on while playing. And I feel like that thing just really highlights the people that haven't played football. So it's like what these guys are saying when you can't see, when you're not right next to them, what they're saying to each other throughout the whole game, the way they're rattling each other, the way they're talking. That's all part of it. You're trying to get in their head. You're trying to tell this guy, bro, you're not doing nothing today. That's all part of competition,
bro.
Like, it's ridiculous, bro.
Like, fam, like I saw it and I was just like, bro, fair. And again, that's the thing as well. And I'm here for all of it. Like, the back and forth, like, do you get me? Like, I'm looking at her again when Haaland after the match, he's smiling, he's pointing to the badge. Yeah, he can do that. Like, do you get me? He can do that. Like, it's
bro, when Vardy's doing this to Spurs fans,
it's given,
saying,
bro.
I got one, you got none, all of that,
and
bro.
I think this is an important thing as well. I think it's an important thing to differentiate. There's the battle and then there's the war. They're two different things. As regards to the war, Arsenal need to win things. Of course, Arsenal can't get away with not winning anything, and then they think they can talk and talk and talk. Of course not. And rival fans and rival players have every right to remind Arsenal that you've not won anything. Of course they can. Do you get me? When we're talking about the war and the larger picture, of course they can remind them of that. And Arsenal are going to have to answer to that. However, to suggest that after the battle, not the war, that you can't celebrate winning a battle, I think that's silly. That's silly to me. I think that's silly.
And you know what I hate about this? You know what I hate about this conversation too as well, Major?
Yeah.
It's because I think the way you've broken it down too is also why I feel like people need to make their choice. We either all don't speak about football on a week by week basis, and we just wait to the end of the season and we all give our summaries of what we saw. We all give this is the outcomes, this is what happened, and we move on until the next end of the season. To think that you can go for a season when Arsenal are terrible, everyone can jump on Arsenal's back, beat them up the way they're meant to, again, rivalry, banter. Then the moment the game that Arsenal then go on to beat City 5-1, there's a cap to how happy Arsenal fans can feel in the like that week that the game happens. I'm like, what is this? This is sports. If sports is literally only the outcome is what matters, then we're all wasting time here. There's no point talking on a day by day, week by week basis. Let's just wait to the end of the season and we all just give our summaries and then we don't say nothing for the rest of the season. Like that's how I feel. Like it doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense. Like
there's the battle and then there's the war.
Yeah.
Like, do you get me? And it's like, and don't get me wrong, if Arsenal they don't win anything. And they don't win a Premier League, they don't win a Champions League, and they continue to go trophyless, then Arsenal fans won't be able to just be bringing up, well, they can, but they're going to be looking silly if they're bringing up beating City 5-1 and City have gone on to win another title and etc. And that's the war. Like, do you get me? That's the war. But as regards to the day, the match has gone on. We know what happened in the first match with everything that Haaland did. To act like it's not okay to celebrate beating Manchester City 5-1 after everything that went on, I think is silly. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, do you get me? That's not sports. Again, we've got to separate the battle and then the war. Like, do you get me? If we're having different conversations where it's like we get to the end of the season and you're telling me, oh, well, you're bringing up the stats about Arteta and the Big Six and his records, do you get me? And whatever, and you've not won anything, then rival fans have every right to come back and say,
100%.
Bro, you've not won nothing. You've not won no league. City fans have every right afterwards to come back and say, look at you. You beat us 5-1. So what? What did you do? Do you get me? You haven't won anything. But again, that's the war. As regards to the battle, Arsenal fans are allowed to celebrate winning the battle. Right. It's just a little battle. It's that again, the war's gonna be that's a bigger picture. And and the same way, the way Arsenal fans are celebrating again, and I think this is the annoying thing as well. People are acting like the case is closed, like this can't So for example, Arsenal have won 5-1. They did everything with the playing the Kendrick, humble, etc. Whatever the case. Manchester City and Arsenal are going to meet again. Manchester City, if I'm a Manchester City player, I'm thinking, cool. All right, say less. Do you get me? Watch when you buck us next season.
Major.
You get me? And then you get your get back.
You know a perfect example of that. You know a perfect example of that. Again, like you said, with I remember it was Tony after Brentford beat us. He did kick about with the lads. I think next game, Arteta pulled up the tweet. He said, bro, this is what he said about you. What are you going to now do?
Bro, go get your get back.
That's what
like,
the game
is.
It
doesn't, it doesn't stop. Like, do you get me? Like, they can do that. And then it's, bro, like, I remember when Lingard's out here moonwalking at the Emirates. Bro. Do you get me? Like, bro, really it happens. Even, again, when we faced you, I remember when Saka done Rashford's celebration. Like, do you get me? After he scored. And it's like, cool. Like, do you get me?
When we played Spurs, like, I think he did the darts as well.
The Maddison celebration. Said, Maddison, cool. Maddison set up Son for 2 goals and he spanned Saka for one of them and said, do you get me? Like, he said, I remember the interview, where he was talking about, he done the celebration, but don't change the fact, man, spun him for the goal. Like, do you get me? Bro, like, this is what it is. Like, do you get me? Like, everyone has the chance to get their get back. Like, if I'm a City fan, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, you guys are the ones, City are the ones that are in the craziest position of power right now. You've won 4 leagues in a row. You've won the treble the other season. Again, I'm looking at it. I'm just like, I'll let them have their little fun. We'll buck them. We'll back them. That's what I would be thinking. I'll be thinking we'll back them. Like, do you get me? I'll be thinking a couple things. I'll be like, cool, you lot do your thing. I dare you lot not to win nothing this season, and we'll buck you at the Etihad next season, and we'll see. We'll buck you at the Emirates as well, and we'll see what they say. That's what I would be on, bro.
No,
like, do you get me?
true.
But the whole thing of like,
you can't.
How
it's
dare,
so disrespectful.
How dare Lewis Skelly celebrate?
Like,
how dare he imitate a celebration of someone who has won the Champions League and who has won a league title? How dare he? When man said, "Who the F are you?" I'm just like, bro. Just even generally in life, bro. Since when is that how you operate? Do you get me? Since when is that how you operate, bro?
Bro, now, bro.
Is this how you lot were moving when you were kids, bro? Like, do you get me? Like,
he's a popular guy. I can't say anything back to him. It doesn't matter if he cuss me. He's popular. He's popular. When you're popular, you can say what you like. That's how it works, bro.
I said, Ral, I'm thinking, what's going on here? And again, people are acting like he, again, even when people are saying like, oh, the whole Lewis Skelly thing, and it's like, again, Lewis Skelly's not even the one that initiated this. Like, do you get me? It was just like, fam, Haaland, you get me? It got picked up, and he said, "Who the F are you, bro?" Like, do you get me? And he's worked hard. He's done his thing. Do you get me? And he's got his get back, bro. Like, do you get me? Haaland will have a lot of chances to now go and get his get back again. Like, do you get me? Like, bro. And if Haaland now scores against, do you get me? He could be plotting whatever. Like, do you get me? I know Haaland could be sitting down watching all of Lewis Skelly's celebrations from now to the end of the season, all of Arsenal's celebrations. Do you get me? These lot might make a compilation. Do you get me? Like, they could do whatever. Like, but this is sports, bro. Like, do you get me? Everyone has the right to respond. Like, do you get me? So even how people are talking about it, you've got to separate the battle and the war. If an Arsenal fan is now coming to me and saying, "Oh, you know what? Because we beat you 5-1, do you get me? Now it means that who cares if you won the title? Who cares if you won the title? It doesn't matter because we beat you 5-1." Then now you're trying to make it a war thing. Do you get me? So if you want to bring up the war, then now I'm going to start bringing up things that are relevant to the war. So I'm now going to say, when was the last time you won a league title? Do you get me? Have you ever won a Champions League? That's what fans do. When we're having war discussions, when we're now looking at, again, when me and you were speaking and we're talking about, oh, okay, yeah, Arsenal are better than Man United right now. Since Fergie retired, when we're talking about the larger picture, the war, what have you done? Do you get me? Have you won a league? Have you won the Champions League? What have you done as it pertains to us? Do you get me? Have you done better than us in that regard? Those are all war conversations. But when it comes to the battle, you can't just say, you know what,
bro,
you can't celebrate. No,
it's like when you guys beat us the other week, and I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you guys knocked us out of the cup. You guys are what, 16th? It doesn't matter. Like, what doesn't mean anything. Like, it's like, what are you talking about, man?
Like, do you get me? And again, you can even have that conversation afterwards when it's like maybe the fans are going on too much. Do you get me? Where they're trying to go too far with it, when they're saying, again, like I said, this means this means that, and then you have to say, okay, all right, guys, calm down. Like,
you know what it is, bro. You have to. I think you argue with people at the level that they choose to argue.
They choose to. That's what I do. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I think that's
so. It's like,
again, if you want to take it to stupidity, we can go there. Again, if you want to be logical, we can go there. So it just depends what you want to do.
Again, right. So that's the thing. Like, if we're talking about, oh, you know what, you want to bring up, if I'm a City fan and an Arsenal fan's coming to me and he's bringing up, oh, you know what, like, yeah, we've just been better than you, man. Like, do you get me? And this, whatever. Then I'm gonna say, all right, where's your leagues? Where's your Champions Leagues? Again, if you want to take it out of the perimeters of what the discussion should be, do you get me? If you want to bring up a war. If you want to bring up a war, then I'm going to bring up a war.
What's it called in law where you can bring in new evidence?
Oh, new evidence. Yeah, like, do you get me? It's like, if you want to make this a different case, do you get me? Then cool. Like, do you get me? We can start having that discussion. Like, yeah. So that's another thing. If an Arsenal fan wants to now go too far and you want to now start bringing up certain things where it's just like, all right, cool, then we can now have this discussion. Now let's talk about this and that, whatever the case may be. But to act like, oh, you know what, it's not okay to celebrate, to act like Lewis Skelly has done anything wrong, because he celebrated or he used Haaland's celebration.
Bro, even that is so childish.
He used Haaland. He didn't
shush in his face.
Yeah,
he didn't run in front of the City fans. He sat down and did Haaland. I don't know. Is it trademark?
Haaland celebration.
Bro, I don't understand.
He used Haaland celebration. Bro, it's. I think it's such a good response as well. I think it's such a good response. Bro, Haaland said, "Who the F are you?" He said. Haaland said, "Who are you?" Do you get me? We don't know who you are. Who are you? Lewis Skelly said, "Alright, let me work.
I'll show you."
He now scores against you, and he does his celebration just to say, "Alright, cool. You won't forget me now."
Yeah,
like, you won't forget me now. This is who I am.
Simple.
You won't forget me now. Cool. Yeah. And again, this is the annoying thing. From what it seems, Haaland, he doesn't even look like he's got a problem with it. Like, do you get me? Haaland looks like he's here for all of this. Like, do you get me? He looks like Haaland and Gabriel. They actually look like they're having fun. I saw pictures of them where they're laughing and smiling. They look like they love it, bro. It's everyone else going crazy. Like, do you get me? Haaland looks like he's here for all of it. Gabriel looks like he's here for all of it. I loved what Gabriel said when they done it after the first match. They asked him. He said they've got to come to our place. And then Gabriel and Saliba, they had an interviewer. They had an interview before the match, and the interviewer reminded Gabriel of the quote. Do you get me? And he said, sorry, I think the interviewer, I think she asked, are those feelings still there? The interviewer asked, are those feelings still there from the first match? And Gabriel said, yes. Like, yes. Yes, bro, the emotions are still there. Yes, yes, they are. Like,
you know, again, like,
he stood in it. He said, no, I didn't just say it out. He said, no. No, yeah, I remember. No, like, yes, we want the get back. I want the get back.
People forget too. Like, even was it the PFAs when Rodri got there and started talking about, man, they didn't really want it. They came to our stadium and they were happy with the like, people want to see to be able to do whatever they like, and then Arsenal players and fans just, it's okay, see your winners, so we can't talk. We have to just take it. Like, again, it's loser mentality.
Yeah, again,
loser mentality.
Again, man. The battle and the war. Like, I think it's so important to differentiate between the two. Like, do you get me? So it's just like, like to act like, a player can't celebrate in response to, and in all seriousness as well, I really don't like when you see a young black footballer who's showing personality and you're trying to tear down his image, bro. Because you see a young black footballer who's confident and who's
that's the worst combination.
You get me? Yeah, you're seeing a confident young black footballer, and now all of a sudden you're trying to paint him in this specific light, and you're talking about, you know what, he needs to shush, he needs to be quiet, what has he done, etc.
You see, especially the last game, the foul, bro. He scraped down his leg. His leg. Man. What are you talking about, man? It's
annoying,
just say it's racially motivated.
It's annoying, man. Again, especially considering in this instance, whereas, like, again, he didn't start it. Like, he actually didn't start it, bro. Like, do you get me? He got called out and he responded. He didn't respond by trying to kick Haaland. He didn't respond by trying to push Haaland. He didn't respond by saying anything abusive. He responded by scoring a goal and doing a celebration. What on earth are we talking about when people are saying, has he crossed the line? What on earth are you talking about, bro? What are we talking about? This is professional sports. And what do you want? Like, what do you actually want? It's so annoying. Like, it's irritating.
Like you said, man, they want you to sit in the corner and not say too much.
I hate what they're doing, bro. Because what they're doing, I've seen this too many times. I've seen it too many times. I've seen them try it with Rashford. I've seen them try it with Sterling, bro. I hate when they try to do this. Leave the kid alone. Let him do his thing. Let him express himself. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, bro. It's so annoying.
Bro, I remember.
All he's doing is showing personality. He's responding to a player that has called him out. And again, he's not kicked anyone. He's not abused anyone. He's not pushed anyone. He's scored a goal and he's done a celebration. So what? So what, bro? Let him do his thing. Haaland's a big man. He can take it. Why is everyone crying? It's so annoying, bro. This is sports. You want everyone just to be timid. Why do you want him to be timid, bro? He's not. He's playing for Arsenal Football Club, bro. Do you get me? Why should he be timid? He's an 18-year-old scoring against Manchester City.
Yeah.
He's an 18-year-old scoring against Manchester City. Why on earth should he be timid, bro? Why do you want him to be timid? Why can't he do his celebration, bro? Leave the kid alone, bro. These lot are jarring me. They're so annoying, honestly. So annoying, man. It's irritating, honestly. Especially because this isn't an Arsenal thing. This is a Man United thing. It's like, I know what you lot are trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you lot are trying to do, bro. I'm not hearing it. I know what you lot are trying to do.
You know what they tried to, I think they tried to put enough attention on it in a negative way where the player too now starts to maybe, let's say, calm down a bit or maybe change his personality to fit into the mold that they want to put him in. Bro, this is his personality. Leave him alone. Bro, like you said, he's doing his job and he's doing it well.
Bro. And how it goes as well is that if now Haaland in the next game scores a hat-trick, do you get me, and has a specific celebration, do you get me, for Lewis Skelly or whatever the case may be, then he holds it. Do you get me? He holds it. He holds it. That's what happens, bro. Yeah. If City now beat Arsenal 6-0, bro, and City are now saying, hey, man, you thought we forgot, whatever, Lewis Skelly has to hold it, bro, and then we move on. What's the big deal? What's the big deal?
Nah, bro, the game is gone, man. The game is gone.
Bro.
The game is gone, bro. They said that's not very nice. That's not very nice. You hurt Haaland. That's not very nice. Haaland might not say it, but I'm sure he's really upset by this. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Like, man, it's just
stupidity, bro.
What is this, man? Like, it's jarring. Honestly, it's so irritating. Especially because, again, this is something that, and again, the battle and the war. When people speak about Manchester City and Arsenal being a rivalry, I think you've got some ingredients there, but ultimately Arsenal do need to win for this to become like a proper thing. Like, do you get me? Like, Arsenal do need to win because they've not won as of yet. But when you look at, for example, like Arsenal and Manchester United and the Fergie Wenger rivalry, there were so many incidents. There was Pizzagate. There was Keane and Vieira in the tunnel. There was the Battle of Old Trafford with Van Nistelrooy and Keown. There was so many things going on.
That's all right, bro. And I'm sure when all of that was going on, Gary Neville said, I don't like that.
Bro, that. And
I'm sure that's what he was saying.
Obviously, when that was going on, obviously Arsenal won as well. So that's what made it like a crazy rivalry because Arsenal were winning. Do you get me? Amongst all of that. Do you get me? But again, the battle and the war, two separate things. I think no matter what, if you can, for me, you can be Colchester for all I care. Do you get me? If you are Colchester and Haaland comes and he says, who the F are you? Do you get me? To whatever player. And in the next game, Colchester beat Manchester City and the guy scores a goal. Are you telling me because he plays for Colchester, you can't celebrate? Like, he can't get his get back. He can't mimic Haaland. Why? Do you get me? Why? He got caught. Why, bro? Like, yes, we know in the overall picture, Colchester can't chat to Manchester City. Again, if we're talking about the war, then we know that's a done deal. Like, do you get me? Again, we've got to separate the two things. Like, there's the battle and the war, but we can't do this thing where it's just like, no one. Again, and that's the thing. If fans start going over the top, where they start to try bring, again, if you're trying to bring certain things into this conversation, then I'm gonna draw for the evidence. Like, you get me? You know when it's like, when we're having a conversation, it's like, again, it's exactly what you said. I bring the energy that other people want to bring to me. Like, do you get me? So it's like, cool. If we're having a conversation, civilized conversation about this or whatever, cool. If you now want to talk about, if I'm speaking to an Arsenal fan and they're now saying, you lot, since Fergie retired, you've been rubbish and this. Now I'm gonna say, okay, we're talking about we want to cover the last 12 years. Okay, I didn't know that's what we were doing. I didn't know. Okay, let me now bring my stats. Let me bring my evidence. Do you get me? If you want to leave it, and Arsenal and United have just played each other. Arsenal have beat United, whatever the case may be, and we're having conversations about that and the game and whatever, then I'll talk about the game. Like, with me, I can take it L, like, it is what it is. But man, I think just generally with the Lewis Skelly stuff, like, I hate it. Like, I don't like a lot of the conversations regarding this whole thing. And I was looking at it, I was just like, I can't believe these lot are talking about this.
Like, bro, it took all the shine away from the game.
Yeah, bro.
Like, the way they've been going on.
I can't believe he's talking. Someone would have thought that like someone would have thought that a celebration was done where, I don't know, it was offensive to a group of people, like, do you get me? Or maybe there was something that was said. Bro, I'm just, what?
I think this is the perfect time to bring in the Premier League thing, bro. See, with the Premier League, bro, do you have it in front of you? Shall I read it?
To celebrate, I don't have it in front of you, but I've seen it. Yeah.
Bro, there's a balance. I think we all like to see celebrations. Some of the celebrations have been very funny, entertaining, but there's a line. Once it crosses over into mockery or criticism, then we would need to deal with it. Like, why is this coming out? What's going on now? What's that got to do with anything? Bro. What's this got to do with anything? Like, it's again, man, the game is just gone. Like, it's like they want you to have no personality, but it's selective, innit? Because sometimes it's okay.
And see, and this is the thing, bro. Because
I guess she's doing it. That's what matters.
This is the annoying thing, bro. Because they want to tell us that, oh, you know what? Like, they want to tell us that we're trying to bring race into everything, bro. But then we see how you react to other players. Like, do you get me? We see how you react to other players. Do you get me? And we see the differences.
Bro, I didn't see the statement come out.
How different people speak about, like, how different players are spoken about. Like, we see it, bro. And man, me personally, nah, man, I'm not here for it as well. Like, it's jarring. It's so annoying. Again, because I've just seen this whole media thing where they're just trying to, like, and especially when you're trying to start at, like, such a young age, like, do you get me? Like, it's so annoying. And again, like, Haaland, I just don't like the it doesn't work. Like, again, battle war, but how it works, it's not a thing because you're winning the war. It doesn't mean that now.
No, bro, you can't leave the battle.
City players. Because you're winning the war, it doesn't mean City players now have a right to do whatever, and Arsenal players can't respond. Like, do you get me? Because you're winning the war. Like, bro, since when has that been sports?
Well, again, this is what I mean. There's no point. There's no point anyone talking. City should be the only team that can talk right now. Everyone else should just let City fans dominate the whole conversation. Everyone else should just be quiet.
Sports? Yeah,
man, everyone else should just be quiet, bro. From the top all the way down to the bottom, the lowest tiers of football, you should just be quiet because you didn't win the treble or you didn't win the quadruple. Because again, I don't know if that's what people want. Like,
again, people are allowed to celebrate the battle, like I've said, and we'll move on from this. But people are allowed to say again the war, because I want to make it clear. Because again, if now we're talking about the war and Arsenal fans want to be bringing up this and that, then bro, people are gonna come for you. Do you get me? And I've seen that. I've seen that a lot as well. I gotta make that clear.
I don't condone them.
Because sometimes Arsenal fans, because I've seen them, bro. Like, remember when I was speaking about, like, for example, Arsenal, and I was talking about Arsenal and Tottenham, and I was saying, bro, you guys can be hypocrites. Do you get me? Because I was like, when you're speaking to United, you want to be talking about where you finished in the table. Do you get me? But you don't want to bring trophies into the discussion. But then when it was Spurs and Spurs were finishing above you, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's only trophies that matter. I was like, so pick your side. Do you get me? What's your
man, things change, bro. People are allowed to grow. People are allowed to grow.
So it's like, if we're talking about larger discussions, and that's when we will have. And the interesting thing about when we're having these larger debates is because the interesting thing is, like, again, people could draw for different things. So it's like certain fans, do you get me? City fans will draw for the titles and etc. They'll draw for the Champions League. Do you get me? But then depending on how far you want to go, you know, the thing where people always say, oh, football didn't start in 2010 or it didn't start in 1993. Do you get me? Like, and then Arsenal fans can now draw as, like, well, we've got 13 league titles. Like, do you get me? It's just like, and people have their debates, and that's what football is. Like, do you get me? People are going to defend their teams. They're going to defend their clubs. They're going to defend their players. They're going to have their debates. They're going to put everything on the table, etc. Do you get me? And man. And you know where it is? My thing is that it would be if, like, for example, like, Arsenal fans were celebrating the 5-1 and City fans, like what Haaland did. When Haaland pointed to the Premier League badge, I have no problem with that. Like, do you get me? That's like it's a cheeky reminder, like, hey, man, guys, don't get too carried away, because, do you get me? Like, we've done the big stuff. Like, do you get me? But when you're saying, nah, there must be silence. Like, do you get me? Again, everyone has a right to respond. Like, I think that's the annoying thing. And when I'm seeing people outraged about it, I'm just like, bro, all of this stuff with the celebrations and the Arsenal on the system, them playing humble with Kendrick and whatever, you can use all of this as ammunition to get them back.
Yeah.
Like, do you get me? This is sports. You can use all of this as ammunition to get them back. With them playing the Kendrick Humble song, with the celebrations, with how they're talking, all of that. Remember it, and then boom. Again, if they don't win anything at the end of the season, yeah. Do you get me? Beat them next match. Yeah. Like, do you get me? Like,
Yeah.
And again, it's a whole give and take thing, because Arsenal at the same time, you have to know that, okay, yeah, when you're doing all of that, you know, you have to know that people are going to come for you if you don't do this and you don't do that. That's sports. That's football. Like, do you get me? Like, they've made, it's the same way as like, if when we're fans, do you get me? And it's like, bro, someone is entitled to say, hey, man, I'm entitled to, if me and you are debating and I'm like, bro, United are going to beat Arsenal. And I'm talking the talk. I mean, I can talk the talk and say United are going to beat Arsenal, X, Y, and Z. If United now don't beat Arsenal, do you get me? Then now you have the ammunition to come back at me and say, bro, you were talking, etc. Whatever.
You know the example that comes to mind. It's like the last 2 seasons where Spurs have said, "Oh, we're gonna end your title race. Understand? We're gonna be the team. We're playing you this weekend. If you lose, it's a big deal." If now when Arsenal win, you also have to take it, because you can't be doing all that talking before the game. You now lose, and then now all that talking just gets ignored. No, because if you had won, we know what would happen. So now you have to deal with the consequences. Simple.
That's what it is.
That's
man.
life.
Like, again, so I think everyone's just making such a big deal about this and that, and it's just like, bro, everyone has a right to reply. Like, this is sports. Everyone has a right to reply. If Arsenal don't win anything this season, we will be there. We will be there. Trust me, more than you can believe. We will be there. Like, bro,
our ups are surrounding us.
We will be there. Bro, so let them celebrate, bro. Why is everyone crying? I don't know why everyone's crying, bro. If Arsenal don't win anything this season, we will be there. So why is everyone crying? Let them celebrate, bro. Since when did everyone turn into the celebration police? Bro, it's annoying. Like, do you get me? And the same way now, if Arsenal were to go and win something, then they can talk. Do you get me? They can talk. You know what's coming. They can talk. Like, do you get me? They can talk. The same way Arsenal fans, if Arsenal were to go on to win the league, the same way City were saying, oh, well, you've not won anything. Arsenal are going to come with all of the receipts. Do you get me? The same way, if Arsenal don't win anything, do you get me? City fans can also remind them, you've not won anything. It's sports. It's how it goes, bro. It's how it goes. Everyone has a right to reply. You can get your get back. People will remember things. It's so with me, again, like I said, Arsenal don't win anything this season. We will be there. More than you can believe. We will be there. Do you get me? So, bro, that's how it goes. This is sports. This is football. It's how it goes, man. Like, do you get me? You've got a right to reply. But this whole thing of like everyone's just crying. Like, do you get me? Everyone's getting upset because people are celebrating like this or celebrating like that. Bro, everyone is going to be able to respond. Do you get me? The people are acting like after that Manchester City and Arsenal match, the league ended. Like, do you get me? Like, everything just finished. Do you get me? And it's just like, and Arsenal fans as well. Everyone knows who you are. You know who you are. You know, if you've been doing the talking, people will come back for you. That's how it is. Do you get me? That's how it is. Same for any fan base. Do you get me? If you're a Manchester United fan and you were talking up everything, if you were saying this and that, whatever, people will come back for you if you don't achieve what you said you were going to.
Man, the receipts.
Do you get me? Yeah, they'll come. That's sports. That's what it is. Do you get me? It's always been like that, bro. It's not that big of a deal, bro. Do you get me? Learn how to take it. If you want to give it, learn how to take it. It's all fun and games, bro. Do you get me? Again, no one's getting hurt. No one's getting abused. And that's the thing that's jarring me. Like, when I'm seeing celebration police, I'm just like, bro, do you know how much problems we've got in society? And do you know how much problems we've got even in football? Like, do you get me? When it comes to racial issues and different things that people are dealing with, and this is the battle that everyone wants to pick: a young 18-year-old mimicking a celebration. This is the battle people are picking. This is
the biggest talking point.
This is the talking point. Do you get me? This is the talking point. Like, do you get me? Even Gary Neville, again, I'm disappointed when man's talking about Gabriel screaming in Haaland's face. And just like when man bounced the ball off the back. At least Gabriel screamed in Haaland's face when he was looking. Haaland bounced the ball off Gabriel's head when he was turned the other way, bro. At least
bro,
Gabriel's face.
Do you see what's his name? What's Silva? When Trossard's on the floor,
kicked him. Yeah,
just kicks him. But I haven't heard nothing about that. I didn't see no hold. That's so bad. But Skelly doing the celebration is the biggest talking point. That's what we should focus on.
Absolutely,
bro. It's again, man, bro. I think the best way to leave it.
Is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about it? Is there underbelly colour thing that keeps you going?
Bro, honestly, man. So man. Yeah, moving on from this conversation, but Lewis Skelly, bro, do your thing, man. Don't let them try dampen your light, bro. Do your thing, be confident. And again, this is sports. If you can give it, you can take it. Haaland, Manchester City, they have the right to now, next time they face Arsenal, whatever, do you get me? They can do you get me? Whatever celebration. Again, as long as no one's doing nothing abusive, nothing, do you get me, racist, then, bro, it's all fun and games. Why is everyone crying, man? Do you get me? So, yeah. But, yeah, bro, very, very quickly, how you feeling about the game tonight?
Man, I think it's the first goal. If we get the first goal, I have some hope. If they get the first goal, it's over. I think that's what it is. I think Newcastle have given me a bit of hope recently, just because, I think they were in really good form, and it just looks like they've taken a little sideways step, backward step a little bit. So I think if we can get the first goal, I think the nerves will show, and it's not over yet, is what I'll say. But if they get the first goal, then they're gonna lock it down and it's done. So I literally that's where my mind is at. I think this is our first goal is gonna be crucial type game because we're 2-0 down. So we can get that first one, then cool. Even if they score, I think there's still momentum that you can say, cool, maybe a 3-1. But if they score first, I think they're locking it down. I think that's my raw thoughts right now. So let's see what happens. But we need it, man. We need it. Like you're saying, again, I'm sure the narrative with MB is just Carabao Cup. We'll take that, but still, we need to win sign. So we need to do what we need to do to make sure that we get through this next round, and then we'll deal with it from there. So that's my thoughts.
No, it makes a lot of sense, though. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But it makes for a good game because obviously Arsenal have to try and get some goals. So and it should be a good game one way or the other. But bro. Quickly moving on. Obviously, the result on Sunday would have been an even bigger result if a certain result went a different way. But unfortunately for you, it didn't go that way. And
for you as well, bro. We're in this together.
What did you say, bro?
I said for you as well, bro. We're in this together.
Oh, yeah. For me as well. For me as well. Yeah, we are in this together. That's true. You know what it is, bro? It's just, when you're just in the moment of like your club's just going through so much right now where you're just tunnel vision. You're just, bro, there's so much to deal with at home. So it's just like, we don't want Liverpool winning no title. But unfortunately, it looks like it might be edging that way. But bro, obviously, Liverpool 2-0. I'll quickly give my thoughts on the match. I think this was one of them games, rather, where, when you're looking at the calendar, you're thinking, they potentially could slip up here. And obviously, we've seen the form that Bournemouth have been in. And man, I think if I was a Liverpool fan, I would be really happy to be able just to. It's one of them ones where it's just like you just want to get over the line, however you can. And like the fact that they were able to get over the line, I think that's a massive result for them. Like absolutely massive. Some controversial decisions in the game. Obviously, I think there's been a lot of discussions regarding the penalty when Gakpo fell over. Like, did he clip him? Did he not clip him? Was there contact? Did Gakpo trip himself up, etc.? I don't know if you saw it, but what did you think of that, bro?
Yeah, I think it was super soft. I think it was very soft. I think it's them ones where it's those decisions in football that I think shouldn't be a penalty, but I've seen it being given before, so I can't also lose my mind. Because it reminds me, I think it was David Luiz that got a straight red when I think it was against Wolves, where he's running, the player's foot clips his knee, and the player falls, and he gets a red because he stopped goal scoring chance. I remember at that moment, I was like, this is a very stupid decision. But the fact that this is similar again, where it looks like it's an accidental contact, it's very soft. I think I would rather that as a whole not given, but because I've seen that be given before, I'm like, it's soft and this. I think it's soft, but it was given, and I'm not gonna lose my mind too much about it. But what was your take? Do you think it was a lot more Like, nah.
Yeah, it was one of the it was very soft. Like it was very, very soft. And it's one of them ones as well, like where you have to be watching the replay, like to see what did he make contact? Like did he like do you get me? Did he make contact or etc.? But yeah, I think it's one of them ones where like obviously like clips him, then he clips himself, and then it's one of them ones that if they don't give it, then
no one's saying that's a penalty.
I don't think it's an up. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Liverpool fans they might have looked at it differently, but yeah, I thought it was quite soft. But it's just ones in it. But yeah, obviously they get the goal.
But again, this is why the VAR they just ruined that thing, man. They might as well just take it out and just let the referee just do their thing. Because I won't get into that. Long. But sorry, bro. Just continue because it's actually just there. It's just there as a piece of decoration right now. But sorry, bro.
I was gonna say Bournemouth. Like, it's not like they didn't pose a threat. Yeah, man. Did you see the Clivert chance?
Bro, is he an undercover Liverpool fan?
I couldn't believe it.
Did you see? Someone put a clip of him.
With the form he's been in.
Yeah,
with the form he's been in. Crazy,
bro, man. I don't want to see.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Again, like you said, man, it was one of those days where it wasn't Arsenal or Bournemouth's day. I mean, the two fan bases that really wanted it to be Bournemouth's day, it just wasn't because the clinicalness that Bournemouth was showing when they were dealing and dispatching everyone else, it just escaped them in this one, man. Like the miss was ridiculous. I think even Semenyo had a couple good chances as well. Hit the post with one, went through with one. Probably should have done better. Like it was just one of those days. So, it was just yeah. Well, go on, bro. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, nah. I think this is again one of those days. And then Salah, great finish, finesse.
Finish.
Salah does what Salah does. Man. Like when you've got a player like that, then things are always looking good for you. So you've always got someone who can like just decide a game. And I think that was a decisive moment. So overall, I think that was a massive win for Liverpool. Obviously, they're gonna have the Merseyside derby next
Everton,
week.
Man, we're in this together. Everton, we're in this together. We're in this together, Everton.
So man, that's gonna be big. And obviously, Everton, bro, scored four this weekend. Moyes,
I put my hands up, man.
Yeah, but Moyes,
put my hands up, man.
Do you get me?
I didn't recognize your game.
We'll see if it's just new manager bounce. We'll see how sustainable it is. But they are definitely looking like much more of a threat. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out on paper. I don't think that's an easy game. Like with when you just account for everything. So that's going to be interesting. But and then obviously Liverpool have got Spurs. Just very quickly, what are you thinking about that in the League Cup? Because that's the other tie. Whereas like obviously it's at Anfield, Spurs are 1-0 up. What are you thinking?
You know what it is, I've been at Anfield too many times to know that it can be a whirlwind. You can go there, you can think you're in the game, and now you're 3-0 down. I've witnessed my team do that so many times to me. And to be fair, I think what Spurs showed me in the Brentford match gives me a bit more hope. And if they can come and be defensively solid, be a threat on the break as well, then there's more hope. But if they try and go and do this is my football, then man, it can be a whirlwind. So I actually want Spurs to win that game, but let's see. I think it's going to be very, very difficult for them to actually get through in that one. It's going to be very difficult.
So you would prefer North London derby final?
100%. You know what is I didn't want a North London derby semi because I didn't want to go home and away against them. But I think a one-off game in the final, I'll definitely want to play them than Liverpool.
I hear you still. You know what it is? It's one of them games. They're one of them games where, like, if you win it, it's nice, but when you lose it, it hurts, man. You get me? Because obviously, 2 years in a row, Man United faced City in the final of the FA Cup, and obviously the first one, especially because I always say that I would have rather have won the first one because that would have stopped the treble. So like the fact that they were going for the treble and we weren't able to stop them, that one was. Do you get me? But then obviously, when we beat them last season, it was nice to be able to get like the revenge, and then especially with like Cobby scoring as well, like academy boy. We've spoken about that, like and like how how it's just like an extra good feeling. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, bro, very smoothly, man. We've spoken a lot about 1-2 up front team. I think it's time to speak about another.
Hey, man. Talk to me, bro.
Man.
Talk to
Manchester
me. This is a therapy
United.
session.
Manchester
You guys have
United
so much
Football
going
Club.
on. Like, you have the football pitch, you have outside the football pitch. Like, there's so much going on at your club, bro.
I'm gonna even start outside the football pitch, bro. Because it will all lead into the Palace game. But I think it's madness, bro. It's absolute madness. The fact that you didn't sack Ten Hag in the summer, that's madness number one. Madness number two is that you brought in Amarin when he asked if he can come at the end of the season, and then you haven't backed him. It doesn't make sense, bro. So you're bringing in a manager who has a completely different style, a different formation, a different system. He has asked because he wants to finish his job at Sporting Lisbon. He wants to finish off the season. He's asked you, can I come in the summer? I want to be the manager of Manchester United, but I would like to come in the summer. You've said it's now or never. And then you've not backed him. And bro, if you look at this window, we already had a low quality attack, bro. Yeah. I remember I was speaking about it before, bro. Yeah. I was speaking about it before.
Yeah.
And then since then, Rashford's gone on loan to Villa. Anthony's gone to Real Betis. Again, we've spoken about Mount, who's always injured, bro. And that's why when we were talking about Garnacho and we were saying, I was like, bro, they can't get rid of Garnacho because they're not going to replace him. We've currently got Ahmad, Garnacho, Xerxes, and Højlund, bro. And Ahmad is playing as a wing back a lot of the time. So
bro, he's playing two positions.
Yeah, bro.
So he's covering two.
Do you get me, bro? Bruno again. Bruno's playing 10, but he's also playing deeper in midfield as well, bro. So you've got Højlund, Xerxes, and Garnacho. Those are your attackers. Do you get me? Højlund, Xerxes, and Garnacho. That's all you've got, bro. Wow. That's what you're leaving him with. Like, bro, it's madness. Like, honestly. And then we've brought in Dorgu as well. And I'm feeling for Dorgu as well because he's a 20-year-old who's come from Lecce in the Italian league. And I don't even want there to be too much expectation on him as well. Because
bro, you even forgotten. You guys even let what's his name? The left back go.
Oh, Malacia, Malacia. So, bro, like you've got all of these outgoings. Do you get me? Not enough income, and these lot are saying, "Oh, in the summer, trying to get PR. Things ready." Yeah, do you get me? Whatever the case may be. So it's just
Arsenal did the same thing. The PR,
man. We're trying to get things ready for the summer. So I'm just looking. I'm just like, bro, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you wait to sack the manager? But okay, cool. Let's say that you had belief that Ten Hag could turn it around. You've realized he can't turn it around. And the manager that you've got in plays a specific style, a specific formation, a specific system. You bring him in and you don't back him. You lot, bro. It's looking hella fraudulent. I can't lie to you. It's looking hella fraudulent. This is looking like Glazers 2.0. I can't lie, man. It's not looking good. It's looking horrible right now. Horrible. Absolutely horrible, man. And then let's go to the actual game against Palace. Yeah, bro. I think when we drew with Liverpool at Anfield, I think I said we need to do this against Southampton, against Brighton, and against Palace, bro. I think those are the three specific teams that I mentioned, bro. I said it's all nice doing this against Liverpool at Anfield. It's a derby. I mean, it's a rivalry. And like, do you get me? You know how important this game is to Manchester United fans. But when Brighton come to Old Trafford, when Palace come to Old Trafford, when Southampton come to Old Trafford, what are you saying, bro? Since I said that, it took Ahmad scoring a 12-minute hat trick to rescue us against Southampton, who are bottom of the league. Brighton came to Old Trafford and done us over. And Mateta has hit us with the double, and Palace have beaten us 2-0, bro. And this is why you can't fool a wise man.
Yeah, no, you actually called it
can't
to
fool a wise man, bro. And this goes back to last season, bro. Remember when we were having that debate and we were facing Liverpool and we were talking before the game and you were like, oh, it's gonna show me a lot about Man United. And I said, bro, it won't show me nothing, bro. I know my team. I need to see it against the bottom teams, bro. I need to see it against the lower teams.
Yeah, I don't think I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro.
I appreciate it.
Even if we win, bro, I know this Manchester United team, and I know my club. I know my club, bro.
Yeah,
you get me?
so,
I know my club, bro. Like, I know my club. I watch them at home on TV. I watch them at Old Trafford, bro. I know this football team, fam. I know what they're on. I know what they're on, bro. They can't fool me. They can't fool me. So, honestly, man, I think, like, wing backs wise, when it's such a problem, man. Like, again, it's repetitive, but Dallo and Nice, they're not wing backs. Like, bro, our attack is so blunt. It's so blunt. Like, and again, it's such a headache because this is why I can't believe they've not backed him, because Ahmad, when he's playing wing back, then we can see the threat. But if Ahmad is playing wing back, then further up the pitch, we lack quality. But then we're also in problems. So it's just one of them ones, like, bro, what are we gonna do?
I can't believe they didn't get one of each. I can't believe they didn't at least get a right wing back and at least get a left wing back. The fact that they said this one or the other is crazy. Like, and again, you know what it is, that sorry, just outside the pitch, just a little bit as well, because from me, from the outside, the Ineos thing is so stupid to me because I keep seeing, I've seen the whole, United don't have money, PSR problems. And it's like, I look at it and I'm just like, nobody forced you to buy the club. That's like, because I feel like there is also an element of, like, Ineos too, if they came in and they said, okay, cool, we're going to clear X amount of the debt, this will now help us with PSR. But the fact that they've come in broke and come in and try and now do sustainability, I don't understand why they came and invested in the club if that's what they knew they had to do in order to keep it running. It just doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, man, outside the club too, like, to echo your words, it's just an absolute mess. I can't believe that they've come in and they've actually put they've made this number of mistakes so early on into their tenure. Like, it must be so demoralizing as a United fan. Like, honestly, like, because I think I'm always so interested in how an organization is ran as well, because I always think that filters down to the pitch. Understand? If Ineos had made a decision in the summer where they looked at Ten Hag, they were meant to bring in all these high quality, great staff members that knew football. They worked at Man City. They worked at this club in the world. The fact that inexperienced, no football badges to my name, could look at Ten Hag and say, this is not the guy. The fact that they came in and said, nope, we're going to give you another chance because we think that what we need to do is give you another season. Give him 200 million plus to spend on players. Further, after looking at everything that they've done so far, give him all of that resource, only to a few like 10 games this season, sack him anyway, and then bring him, like you said, bring in Amarim and say, yeah, bro, you need to come right now, and we don't have money in January, so make something happen. No, on top of that, we're also gonna continue to sell the players that aren't even good enough. Understand? Even the players that probably need to leave, we're gonna sell them too, just so you have even less bodies to work with. It's crazy, bro. Like, honestly, I feel like anyone who can look at Amarim now and actually attribute blame to him, I think you're not serious. I personally think you're not serious.
And again, people are talking about formations again.
Like, bro, I've seen these players, bro.
For the back,
it's not good enough.
Why is everyone trying to gaslight us? It's so annoying. Why is everyone trying to gaslight us? What's going on? Was it not 4 in the back that we were playing earlier this season with Ten Hag, where everyone wanted him gone and we were horrible? Were we not playing 4 at the back, bro? It can be 4 at the back, 5 at the back, 6 at the back, bro. We've got big problems. So it's annoying, bro. And yeah, man, the fact that we've approached it and the rest of this season, bro, is looking spooky.
Bro, you lot need to play the kids. You lot buy no trades. The kids are gonna have opportunities, bro.
Bro, I was just about to say
have opportunities.
Bro, I'm feeling,
no one can make a name for themselves.
I'm feeling because I'll see United fans already, bro. They said Chido.
Hey, yeah, he saw it.
Hey,
he's gonna hit the bench. He's actually gonna hit the bench. Maybe Friday. Maybe as soon as Friday, he's hitting the bench,
bro. They said I saw was it Aiden?
Oh, Heaven. Yeah, Heaven, yeah.
They said, nah, bro, you're coming first team squad. First team squad.
We didn't buy you for the academy.
Maybe that's why they left. They said, hey, at Old Trafford, we're going to get opportunities. They said, we're going to get opportunities. We're getting opportunities over there. So yeah, man. Nah, man. It's an absolute mess, man. Like it's a proper mess. And we're seeing just yeah, man. There's so much problems. And Amorim, I think he's trying to do everything to try to figure out solutions. So that he's playing this player here. I see Mainu playing up front. Like,
bro.
Yeah, like Hoyland.
Is that where he was playing? Because I saw the lineup here and I was like,
yeah, bro.
What's going on here?
Yeah,
I was so confused. I didn't actually watch the match, but I saw the lineup. I thought it was Ahmad even that was playing up front. So it was
bro. Mainu,
it was Mainu.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mainu, bro. He's trying to figure out things. And to be fair, Mainu, like, he had some good touches, did all right, hit the post as well. Like, do you get me?
Yeah,
but
I think I saw that.
I think he's just trying to find solutions. Like, he's looking at it and it's just like, yeah, man. Attacking wise, we are so blunt. Like, it's literally been like Ahmad, and bro, if he doesn't do anything, then we're in trouble. And again, bro, he's trying to cover two positions for us, so it's just so problematic. Yeah, we're like, bro,
you guys are overworking him.
We're playing him at right wing back, and we're like, oh, you're great there, bro, but we need you further up the pitch. And we play you up further up the pitch. We play Ahmad further up the pitch, and we're like, bro, you're I know you can do your thing, but we kind of need you at wing back as well because so it's just man. Like we're gonna have to do a lot. We're gonna have to do a lot. I think this season is literally just man. Let's just hope that like our style of play can improve more. Like we just work on that, and then obviously hope maybe some academy players as well, they can break into the team, and then in the cups we just pray. Like, do you get me? Like, we pray.
I see. Martinez is out for the season as well.
Yeah, man. And he was actually, especially we know he's good on the ball, and he was like in this system, like he was actually doing quite well over the last few games. But obviously, man, like that's really bad for us. So overall, bro, I'm not gonna lie, it's not great up at.
Where do you have any strong thoughts on the whole Bruno stuff, or are you just like he has no choice what to play, or do you kind of
as in like Bruno shouldn't be playing?
Like he should be dropped, but is it just like you can't drop him because there's no one else? So where's your head at with that? I've seen a lot of conversations about
saying Bruno should be dropped.
Yeah, like he just not been performing well, but he's like still
dropped,
playing anyway.
Or he should be coming off the bench.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by dropped. I don't mean dropped as squad. I mean
no. Sorry. Not I didn't mean coming off the bench. I mean dropped as in dropped from the starting 11.
Yeah,
coming off earlier.
I think it was
starting
11. Starting,
but then coming off the pitch earlier. Yeah,
probably both. To be fair.
I've seen that both, where it's like people have been critical of Amorim saying, like when it's not working, like there's certain plays where they're thinking, like why can't Bruno get subbed, etc. I've seen that. But as regards to taking him out of the starting 11, I mean Amorim can try a lot of things, but I don't know. Again, like me personally, I don't know how that's really gonna help. Like honestly, like do you get me?
There's no one else
like,
there,
when I'm looking. Again, especially like creative wise, like attacking wise, we're so limited. Like we're so limited. So man.
United, it's a mess, man.
Yeah,
it's actually just a mess. I genuinely don't know what more to kind of add. It's just a mess. Because Palace, I think well deserved win. There's not really too much to say. Like they made good chances. Mateta did what he needed to do. Got his 2 goals. Like, I don't know whether you feel like there was any controversy.
What's annoying is what's the annoying thing as well is that people are coming to me talking about system with the 4 at the back. I said, well, what were Palace playing? Please tell me. Tell me. Annoying, man.
I don't like those conversations. Like I think it's just so lazy. It's so lazy, man. Like I just think a little bit more, and like you said, just put your mind back a couple of months and say when these were playing 4 at the back, and was it any better? And I think what people think is that he's gonna come in and play 4 at the back, a formation that isn't his formation, that Ineos knew wasn't his formation. He will come and do it at United, and it will just work. And now United are not going to be.
It's not like a thing where Amorim just played 3-4-3 for like a few games. Like, do you get me? And then, bro, this has been his go-to formation for the majority of his career, bro. Like, do you get me? So it's like you knew what you were doing when you were getting him in. So Yeah,
I think all the blames on Ineos.
Yeah, I think you know what it is. They're gambling heavy here. I think they're gambling on, you know what, like
season's done anyway.
Yeah, season's done anyway.
Walking to the
Let's
end.
just see what the thing is. Let's see if we can put a cup run together. If we can win a trophy. If we can win a Europa. If we win an FA Cup, etc. And then in the summer, then we're gonna try and actually make the additions and stuff like that. But yeah, me as a fan, though, again, I don't agree with everything that Amorim has done, but yeah, like when I'm seeing certain people talking about Amorim out and stuff like that, I'm thinking, yeah, it's way too early for any of that, man. Like you've got to exercise patience. This is a rebuild, and again, I do like how he's approached a lot of like even like the press conferences and like there's a certain level of I don't feel like when he's speaking he's just trying to gaslight me. Like, do you get me?
There's some honesty. Like when I think it's like because like these players are really trying their best.
Yeah,
you know what that means? They are really trying their best. Okay, I want to stress it. Nah, they really wanted to win today. I know we lost convincingly, but they really wanted this win. I can assure you of that. And again, it's like you read between the lines a little bit. And you say, yeah, man.
And I think he's been very smart as well. Even with certain things where it's like even when he put Højlund and Xerxes on the bench as well. Like I think he's trying to send messages.
Yeah, he's in Ineos.
Yeah, he's sending messages.
Like, a couple more hours in this window.
He's trying to send messages.
Don't let me down. And they let him down, man.
So
they let him down.
Crazy, man. Crazy how that played out, bro. But yeah, man. Bro. Very quickly, I thought let's run through some of the other games that we predicted. So obviously, actually, quickly outside of that, Forest Brighton, bro, like crazy.
Man, I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. The spanking they gave them. They gave them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. I think Brighton caught them at the worst time.
Yeah.
You know when you catch someone at the worst time when they're hurting.
Yeah.
They've just been jumped and you just happen to just be walking through the neighborhood. and you're the guy they see. Oh goodness. They were looking for blood. But it's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame.
It's crazy as well because when those type of results happen, when they lost 5-0, it's always kind of like a how are you going to respond to this? Like, is this going to be the start of a little fall off, or
we're gonna get our goal difference back?
Yeah, man.
Quickly,
imagine losing 5-0 and then finishing the week after with a +2 over the 2 weeks, bro. He's not said we are getting our get back with interest,
bro.
We're getting it back.
They punish them, man. It's a shame.
Yeah. Do you think they can stay in the top 4?
I think they can, man. I think they can. I think they have a fighting chance because I look at the teams. I see, Newcastle. They're looking a little bit more inconsistent now. Chelsea, they're a bit inconsistent. City, look what happened to City this weekend. So it's like there's no one there that I'm like, is coming to take their chain just comfortably. I think it's going to be a fight to the end. Like, I think whoever's going to get it's going to be a fight to the end. So I think they have a fighting chance for sure.
Yeah. I think they've definitely got a fighting chance as well. Like, I think especially when you look at like some of the things that you need, like they would need. And you look at, obviously, I know they conceded 5 the other week, but overall, they've got a solid defense.
Yep.
And they've got a goal scorer. Like, so when you've got those two things, when you've got a defense that can keep other people from scoring or prevent other people from scoring, and you've got someone at the top of the pitch who can get you goals, then that's a good formula.
Bro, sometimes football's a simple sport.
I was just about to say, bro, sometimes football's not that hard. Sometimes football's not that difficult. It's a simple sport, bro. You can stop the other team from scoring and you can score goals from yourself.
That's what you need.
That's always going to help. That's all, you're gonna have a good chance if you can do those two things, and Forest can definitely do those two things. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We briefly touched on it. But Everton 4-0, bro. They scored in like the first few seconds as well.
Kickoff,
like, crazy, man.
You know what is the goals I witnessed in that game was not Premier League worthy. I just want to say that it was not Premier League worthy, bro. The goals that Leicester let Everton score in their head tops was not Premier League worthy, man. Like it was terrible. It was terrible goals to concede, man. And but fair play to Everton, man. If someone says come and eat, you have to come and eat, and that's what they did.
Bro.
So fair play, man.
Come and eat.
Hey man,
Yeah,
listen,
nah,
someone's
they done
offering
their
you a
thing.
plate, you might as well grab it. So and they grabbed it, and fair play to them, man. I think they played well. I think it was a really good pass. You guys probably you guys probably do with a Gardner now. I think that's his name, the guy in midfield.
Oh, Ghana.
Yeah,
We could
Gardner,
do with a lot of people, bro.
You're dealing with him now. He had a pass
We could do with a
for
lot of
one of the goals. I think Beto's goal was lovely by him.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, man, yeah, Leicester it was really poor on their side. Really, really poor.
Yeah. Obviously, we've got them in the cup on Friday. Reed's coming back to Old Trafford, so yeah.
Hey, man. After what the game Southampton gave you guys, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect,
bro. I mean, Leicester done over Tottenham the other week as well, innit? Like, you get me? So, boy, man, hey, hopefully we can get the job done.
Damn.
But yeah, bro. And yeah, I think he also touched on them quickly. But Newcastle, yeah, I think we both weren't expecting that result. Yeah, with Fulham getting the win over them. And yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting because I think Newcastle, obviously they've got you tonight, and then I believe they've got City on the weekend as well. So I believe so. Yeah, if you could double check it for me. But yeah, so yeah, like, you know, obviously they've been putting a good run together. But yeah, now, and obviously there was the Bournemouth result. So yeah, like it'll be like a good little test for them again, like this little period, just to see how they come out of it. But yeah, I think Isak, you can't get onto him too much. He's been on absolute fire. So the fact that he didn't score this match is like, and Fulham themselves as well, they are a good team. Like, they are good performances this season, and yeah, they can be a difficult team to beat. So yeah, like you definitely can't sleep on Fulham at all. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back with that result. And then obviously Chelsea as well. They got the win. Chelsea, they just look like things just look a bit, again, I know they got the win, but just things look it just looks a bit more of a struggle now, like every game. Like, you get me? Like everything looks like a bit more of a struggle. And I think we've spoken about the defense, but yeah, I think they definitely need a killer. Like, Chelsea need a killer. Like, do you get me?
Do.
Like,
they do. The number of chances they missed in that first half. Oh my goodness.
They need a killer. So yeah, man. But obviously, like, I think for them, they would just be really happy to get the 3 points. Because it could have been a different result. And yeah, bro, another one, Brentford and Tottenham. Obviously, we both predicted Brentford winning that match, and Spurs actually got the win.
You know what? Again, I always have to remind people, because sometimes when you say it, it's no, man, and she's gonna play his football. This is a game where I have to come and say, well done, Ange. You realize that if he came and tried to play your football, he would have got spanked. So he did what he needed to do and got the win. And you have to respect it. Again, I love a manager that can adapt and realize that the team is not strong right now. Let me make sure I get the win. And fair play, man. That's what they did. Like, defensively, they were really defensively solid. They sat back, got their goals, and fair play to them. Like, fair play to them.
Therefore, that was a big win for them. And then obviously, it's going to be a big week, because obviously they had that match. They've got Liverpool in the cup tomorrow, and then I think they've got Villa on the weekend in the FA Cup as well. So,
quickly on that, what was your take on the Tel situation with United and Spurs getting in?
Frustrating, man. Like, obviously, because I spoke about Tel, and like, he does look like a good prospect. I think obviously, like, when we were looking at when I was looking at all the stuff to do with like the fee, like, I think Tottenham are playing quite a lot. Like, I think it was like, I don't want to misquote it, but I think I saw something like close to, again, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it was close to like 10 million. Like, covering covering the whole thing.
I heard 5-10. I don't know exactly what it is, but between
but it looked like a lot. And then obviously, they've got the buyout clause as well. But my thing is just more so just like, cool, if it wasn't Tel, you still shouldn't have been leaving Amorim with this attack. Like, do you get me? So it's just one. Okay, I think Wendy's just confirmed paying 10 million loan fee. Yeah, so I think it is quite an expensive deal, and I think from what I was hearing reports, they were saying United weren't willing to meet that. But yeah, man, with me, I'm just like, bro, if you're not getting Tell, then and you're letting Rashford go, do you get me? Then, bro, come on, man. Like, come on. Man. So, but it'll be interesting to see how he does with Spurs because, obviously, that whole saga was so weird because at first it was like Tottenham wanted him, but it looked like he didn't want to go to Tottenham from all the reports we were hearing. Do you get me? Then it looked like he wanted to come to United. But then it looked like United and Bayern, we weren't able to agree kind of like deals, and then all of a sudden the Tottenham thing was back on, and then etc. And he was linked with obviously Chelsea and Arsenal as well. So it was like a whole little, and then there was a point where I think it was looking like apparently reports were saying he was going to stay, and then he ended up going. So it'll be interesting to see how he does.
Because Spurs too, man, they really, they give you goals. If he's there to collect, then like he can really shine there. So let's see.
So but he does look like a good prospect. So it'll be interesting to see how he does at Spurs. But man. Oh, and very quickly as well. Obviously, we never really overly spoke about it, but Rashford.
I'm very impressed with it. I don't know. I'm very impressed.
From a United perspective, it's just I am kind of sad. Like, you get me? Not him going to Villa. I'm just sad at how everything has played out. Again, we spoke about academy prospects. We spoke about Lewis Skelly. We spoke about Ranieri. You know how I feel about Kobe. Like, and man, I remember Rashford making his debut. Like, I remember him making his debut in the Europa League. Then I remember him making his debut in the Prem. Do you get me? Scoring 2 goals against Arsenal.
The talent Rashford looked like when he was coming through was crazy. But didn't he have that whole thing of like him scoring like all of his debuts?
He always scoring his,
all of his debuts. He was a crazy talent.
Like, and then obviously, like, we've seen periods where, okay, you know what, Rashford, again, you look like one of those players that can decide games. Like, do you get me? Like, you look like a decisive player. And I always say it as well, like Rashford as well. When he was younger, especially, he looked like one of the few like English players as well, where it's like his dribbling and skills, like, because I think it's something that went out of his game later on. But bro, when he was younger, he was duppying, man. Like, you get me? He was, bro. He was chopping, man. He was flip flapping, man. Like, he was, he was a problem. Like, do you get me? So just to see how everything has turned out, again, it's sad, man. Like, someone that's been at your club for so long, and like, I actually never thought Rashford would ever leave us. So it just feels, when I saw the picture with him in the Villa shirt, it felt so weird, bro. I was looking at it, I was just like, that doesn't look right. Like, do you get me? So overall, like, it's sad how everything has played out. But man, like, just from like his perspective, he's now got an opportunity to try and get his career back on track. I think Villa are a good team. They've got a good manager. They're playing in the Champions League. You've got good players around you. So man, now it's your chance to show what you've got and display your talent and prove to people that you've still got it. So I think for him, like, he's got an opportunity now. And like, I think because him like staying with us and not playing, and like, do you get me? It would have just been, for both parties, it's just like, it's not,
it's a mess.
Like, do you get me? So like, I'm happy that at least, cool, you know what, like, there's been a solution. He's able to play. But overall, again, it's sad, man. Like, do you get me? Like, bro, it was not that long ago where, do you get me, everyone's doing the Rashford celebration, like, do you get me? And he's out here scoring goals, and and how everything has just turned out, like, it's sad, man. So,
it's really, but from the outside, neutral,
and I think Villa, I agree with you. I think it's a good move for him. Like,
like, you know what impressed me about it too, because I remember, I think it was like on deadline, there were a couple of days leading up to it. There was all of that. He's either waiting for Barcelona or he's gonna wait at United. And I said, if you do that, you're unserious, because clearly the United thing, you need to move on. Because I think from the outside, I look at Rashford and he just looks like a player that just. This is my. I don't know. Obviously, this is my opinion. Watching him play football is that he looks like a guy who has lost his passion for the game as well. Like he just looks like, like maybe he's like not enjoying it. Like he's just getting on the pitch. His job. Right. Yeah, something like it just didn't look like he was. Yeah, like it looked off.
Yeah, something looked off. Yeah,
it looked off. So, and I look at Villa now, and I say Villa. Their big issue right now is I think they don't have enough star or players that can change games. Like they have Rodgers, they have Watkins, but I look at Bay is okay. He had a good season last year. He hasn't been great this year. But attacking wise, they don't really have much there that's like that makes you scared of Villa. And I look at Rashford, I'm like, this is now where we now figure out whether it was just your time at United maybe up and you still have it, or through the injuries. Because like you said, that what he was doing when he was younger, when he was flexible, when he was fit. I don't know if maybe the back injuries or the injuries over the years, and he just looks stiff now. He doesn't look as fast now. Yeah. So now it's like we're now going to see where at Villa, is it a United thing, or is it a motivation? Like now at Villa, now can you get back to what you were doing before? I think that's now the question. So I love the fact that we're going to be able to see it live and direct in the Premier League. So I'm very interested in this move, and I can't wait to see how it pans out, just to see how he actually does there. Like so, I think
from a Villa perspective as well, obviously. I think it also helps give some cover to Watkins because obviously they've lost Duran and Rashford can play off the left and through the middle as well. So like in certain games, I don't know what Emery's going to do, but the option is there where they might want to play him through the middle. And yeah, I think again, man, like Rashford is like, he's still someone like, again, we'll see how he does. But like, I think he's someone that opponents they would fear, like an unformed Rashford, like it can be a problem for you. And when I'm looking at that Villa team, I'm thinking, especially on the transition, when you've got Rodgers, Watkins, and Rashford running at you, that's dangerous. Like, do you get me? It's dangerous. So yeah, like, we'll see how
it's a player making a move that also makes sense for him as well, which is another mistake that players make. Don't go to Barcelona, don't go to teams that understand the way they play. Just it's not you. I mean, that's a big mistake I see players make all the time. And like you said, with Villa, their play style, your best assets when you're at your best, it makes sense. Now let's see whether you can get back to your best. I think that's really what it is when I look at Rashford, man. But bro, don't be too downhearted, man, because like Wendy said, it's worked out for you though, because he's going to your second team.
Oh,
like, I really hope he does well at Villa. So, don't be too downhearted. You get to enjoy Villa even more now.
Hey, Rashi. Rashi, man. Damn. Hey, so yeah, we'll see how it turns out, man. But yeah, like it's weird. It's definitely one of those ones where it's weird. Like, do you get me? It's like if you looking at Saka and then let's say things just ended up not working out. Like, do you get me? And then you see Saka, like, do you get me, in I don't know, like a Newcastle shirt. Like, do you get me? You're just like, what happened here? Like, do you get me? Like, like it's academy player, etc. So yeah, but yeah, nah. Like again, like I do hope that he can get his career back on track. So yeah, but yeah, bro. Hey, it's been a minute since we've spoken about FPL.
Oh, let's not do it, man.
It's been a minute.
Let's not do it. We don't need to do it.
This is a weird week as well because obviously the game week is still ongoing. So yeah, like, but let me just share my screen.
Okay, you know what? I haven't even looked at it in last week, so I need to. This is gonna be me reacting live to what's going on because
what's happening.
Yeah, let's see.
I hear you.
Let's see.
Cool. All right, broski, can you see that?
It's loading up. Yep, I can see that now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, it's not been too bad.
So yeah, man, there's a lot that's happening. Obviously, we can see unorthodox change.
It's
got the number one spot at the moment.
He needs to get alive. He needs to get alive. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get alive. Like, obsessed. Don't be like him, guys.
There's more to life than FPL.
There's more to life than FPL. Listen,
there's more to life
touch grass, go outside. Like, honestly, if he watches this, I hope he knows.
Go for a walk.
Look at him, 61,606. Yeah, man.
He has been studying.
Nah.
But he's obviously. I think we spoke about Bennett like Bakayo, who is doing the job. But yeah, man, unorthodox change has taken
away,
over
man.
now.
And fair play to 47 as well, man. He came out of nowhere. He was like below me at one point. He just started flying. Yeah. And just like climb that table quickly. So hey, man, he's the closest competitor right now. So let's see.
Doing these things. Yeah. So then so that's the top three there. And then obviously we've got Ace in fourth currently with 1,490 points. And then we've got D Dragon right behind with 1,486. And then we've got myself right behind with 1,482. And like I mentioned, it's an interesting one because the week hasn't finished. So if I just click onto my team, can you see that, bro?
It's loading up. Yep, I can see it now.
Yeah, so obviously it's a weird week because we've got a double game week and chips are being used. So obviously with that Liverpool and Everton fixture, I've still got quite a few players to play again. I think Trent, he might be injured. We'll see what happens there. But obviously Salah, Indai, Mikalenko is there, and then obviously I've got Slot as the assistant manager.
You activated, bro. I said I haven't even had time to even understand how this chip even works. Let me even just take time.
Bro,
activated straight away.
I'm not gonna lie, the chip is even a little bit annoying. Like I think they've complicated. Yeah, bro, that's part of the reason why I activated it as well. I was just like, I just want to kind of just get this thing out of the way. I kind of just want to get out of this way because there's so many different it runs for numerous weeks and it's part of your
3 weeks,
and it's like part of your player, but you can also transfer out the manager for another thingy, and it's like if your manager is displaced and is facing a team that's X amount of positions above you in the table, then you get extra points. And bro, like FPL is supposed to be a simple game, and bro, just added bare banter. So but obviously, what that does mean is that like that Liverpool Everton fixture, there's potentially like a lot of points that can still come in for my team. So it'll be interesting to see where everything is at once that has finished. If I just go back and obviously Ace. Can you see your team?
But my team, reacting. I didn't even know that Trent was injured. What's that looking like? What's going on there?
I think it was in the Bournemouth game. So So again, I'm not sure how serious it is or not. But
okay, and Munoz, he did his thing, man. I looked at United. I said, this team don't score goals. This is a good shout. And Mateta, hey man. Hey, as United's biggest hater, I have my eyes on the ground. I know what's going on. But I guess like you said, I think I only have Salah and Trent if he plays. So my week's probably relying on Salah now, which everyone has. So again, not been too bad, but could be worse.
Man, it's only right to look at the league leaders team.
Damn. So you know the decision. There's always, every year in FPL, there's always a decision that pains you the most, and the decision that we don't even actually have him playing in this game. It's that guy, man. What's his name? Chris Wood. He has been. I think he single-handedly ruined my FPL this year. He doesn't have him. I actually thought he did.
I got Chris Wood out for Indai, which hasn't been the worst because Indai got me 8 points and he's still got another game to play. So like as a striker, he will get, unless he gets a yellow card, he'll get minimum 2 points. So it will finish with at least 10 points.
How many points did Chris Wood get?
17. So like he's currently on 10, and then like if you don't get a yellow card, but if he gets something, then it could be all right. So we'll see how that plays out. But looking at unorthodox changes team, man, you can see Pickford there with the 9-pointer. Pickford got an assist. Do you get me? So crazy. You got Mikalenko there with the clean sheet as well. Obviously he's activated his triple captain. So Salah obviously with the 2 goals and another game. He's got I was in between either going with my triple captain or the assistant manager chip, but I was just like, at least with the triple captain, I understand it fully. So I was just like, let me just get this assistant manager thing out of the way. Do you get me? So I was
Fair
just
enough.
like, yeah. But yeah, looking like a very strong week, and looking like Defo should have like cleared 100 points, and have like a good score. So we'll see how the rest of it plays out. But yeah, man, that's the FPL update.
No, fair play, man. Well played. I'll put my hating aside and say, yeah, no, well played on Orthodox fan. Doing his thing.
So yeah. And of course, yeah, we've got the other competition that we've got going on.
How is that going?
Table. So let me just get that up now.
Thank you.
And yeah, man, this is where we're currently at. So essentially, the differentiating result this week was the Liverpool game. So yeah, obviously I went for the Liverpool win. And yeah, didn't get the correct score, but got the match result. So extend the lead from 5 points to 6 points. But still all to play for. 6 points is a lot at all. So yeah. So we'll see how things go. But obviously, yeah, we've got the FPL going on as well. And we'll see. I'm hoping I should.
Yeah, you should definitely go above me this week.
Yeah, after the thingy. So hey, man, with me again, long season. We've got a lot going on, but I want my jersey. Do you get me? I want my Man United.
Cool. I need to lock in. I forgot what was at stake. I forgot what was at stake.
Is it the treble season kit? Do I want?
Hey, man, please, bro. The cost of living crisis going on right now.
Do you get me? I want my Man United top. So
be considerate, please.
That's what I'm looking at.
Oh,
so
damn,
yeah, man. But a long way to go. Long way to go. But yeah, for those who are not aware, me and Ace, the competition is that we've got two things going on at the same time. We've got the FPL league, whoever finishes higher, and then we've got the prediction table, whoever finishes higher. If someone wins both of them, then the other person has to get them football top of their choice. If it's split, then we'll now go to the decider, which is our preseason predictions. And yeah, we'll refer to that. But yeah, long way to go, but I'm hoping I can win both of them because I want.
Cool. I forgot that this wasn't just for fun. Yeah, I forgot that this was not just for fun,
bro. Nah, bro.
Hey, no worries.
So yeah, man,
you lit the fire in me.
Alright, bro. Yeah, man. So be thinking about those decisions, both FPL and predictions wise. Think about them carefully because there's things at stake. But yeah, bro. Do you have anything to say? Any words before I wrap it up?
Nah, as always, thank you very much for anyone who tunes in, who watches this, who's watching now, watches later. We appreciate you. Please leave a like. We need to actually get better doing this earlier in the episode. This one is something I'm just thinking out loud.
Please, guys,
but
like,
all of that said, please like. It really does help the algorithm a lot. So yeah, we appreciate you. Yeah, that's my last words.
And you know what? Also, I'm gonna just send a message to whoever's been engaging with us on TikTok. We really appreciate it. Guys, please follow our account and please subscribe. Like, we would really appreciate it. So on our TikTok, like, you can click the link and then go onto our YouTube channel and please subscribe there. Please follow our account. We're on Insta as well. We're on Twitter. But and of course, if you want to get involved, please let us know. So like, even if you do see any of our clips on our social media and you interact, like, you can send us a message. You can hop on the stream, like, we can arrange that. We'll be happy to like have different conversations regardless of what team you support. Obviously, I know I'm a Manchester United supporter, Ace is an Arsenal supporter, but it's not exclusive to those teams. Like, we are happy to have whatever team you support. Even if you don't support a Premier League team and you want to talk football in general, like, we'll be happy to do that. So honestly, get in contact with us. But as always, I appreciate everyone who's been supporting, whether you've been watching this stream for 30 seconds, a minute, half an hour, the whole stream. We really appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. And man, like, we're building, we're planning things, like, hopefully things get bigger and better. But thanks for all of the support along the way. Appreciate it. But yeah, bro. Hey, man. It's Arsenal versus Newcastle time, bro.
Hey, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready, man. Hey, I'm sure we'll be able to talk about it next week. But yeah, bro. I hope everyone stays blessed, man. Have a good one.